the freshman week at uni. Went to like the football trials tour.
Yeah.
And they just said at the end of it, sort of like, oh, there's some opportunities within the club, like within the four teams, to do some like sports science or analysis, like type, almost like volunteering roles. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Like, just the whole reason I wanted to go to uni and do sports science was just to have an extra sort of string to my bow, compared to obviously with like having a playing background. So I spoke to the head coach after and sort of asked about that. He took my number. I went down to a pitch session, a gym session, just around the sort of sports science stuff.
Yeah. And
got chatting to him, and he sort of found out that I had my B license and that sort of thing, and I was coaching and about to start commentary. And then next thing, I was dropped in the deep end, assistant coach for the uni first team. So that came about quite abruptly and not very, very planned. And I suppose I've always sort of been someone, or within my own values, that I don't demand respect from people. I don't want someone to just respect me just from the coach or whatever, and vice versa with me to them. It's, well, how I treat you and how I act. I would hope that I will then earn your respect.
Yeah.
So it probably was a process that took a bit of time.
Yeah.
It was tough, and definitely like getting thrown in the deep end and sink or swim sort of moment.
Yeah.
I think when I first started, there was all the players had at least been a scholar at a Cat 1, 2 or 3 club.
Yeah.
There was a couple of lads that had been pros at certain clubs. There's a lad that had been a 2-year pro at Bristol City. There's a lad that had played Ireland under 21s.
Yeah.
In the 21s Euros, and I was like I'm 18, first year student. I've been here about a week, and people have been coached by some serious coaches before, and they know what they're doing. And then who am I to sort of be coaching them? And then, like you said, like probably first time I coached anyone properly, like older than me or my age. I was going into lectures with some of the lads that I was then coaching. So yeah, completely different experience. And I think it probably had to be more of I don't know, I like to think I'm trying to be quite personable anyway.
Yeah.
But it's probably emphasised that even more, just the need to be, I couldn't be the sort of classic hierarchical sort of coach that's above almost. Yeah. I had to sort of be on their level really, and be quite open with that, which is quite cool, and just in terms of almost learning the how do you describe it, like the player, like voice and player ownership type stuff as well. Like go on then, like what's your thoughts? Like, I'd be happy to sort of take that on board and use it, because like they were my age, they were older, they did have experience I didn't have that were useful for us as well.
Yeah.
That was probably as good as all my experiences have been, and like being in the environment I'm at now, and my experience last year was outstanding for my development. But the Loughborough experience has been the best thing for my development as a coach, and just sort of accelerating my development. Just going from literally, not even thinking about that as a possibility, to then next thing you're on pitch with these lads who played at the level they have, and you're having to deliver a session. And like I started in October, in the January, because of different stuff with contracts and stuff, the head coach went on holiday for a month.
Yeah.
So I've been there 2 months, and I was then leading the whole programme. So I was leading the team in everything. I was leading training, leading games, whatever.
Yeah.
Leading NDTs with probably between like 8 and 12 NDT staff. Richard Allen had just joined as director of football from his previous role as head of talent ID at the FA. And he was sort of assisting me, which was really weird. And then, like, there's people in the NDT, like, unbelievably experienced and great people. And I was sort of running NDT and asking how they could help the players, like Al Stewart. Al Stewart was the head of sports science at the time, so he was in the NDTs, and he'd just come back from winning the under-20s World Cup with England, and like people like that. And I think he's won the Premier League with Man City before he came to Loughborough.
Yeah.
And you just sat there like, and at the time you're sort of just riding the wave. and you're in it, and it's all happening so quick that you're not even really thinking. But looking back, it's like that was nuts.
Yeah.
It's sort of 18, sat in front of those sort of people and sort of leading it and almost winning it, I suppose, a little bit to an extent.
Yeah.
But just throwing yourself in the deep end with it, and you either swim and you're flying or you sink, and that's all right as well. But you learn something